I grew up in a country town in Australia where Halloween wasn't really a thing. I don't know if Halloween is really celebrated here on the same level as the US, although since moving to the city, I have seen more people celebrating it. I've never seen trick-or-treaters, but more Halloween parties and like stores putting up spooky decorations and workers dressing up as things like witches and serial killers. Anyway, although I'm not a big Halloween fan, and I've never really been a fan of horror movies either, I do enjoy a number of Halloween cartoons and TV specials, and today I will be talking about Garfield's first Halloween on television.
60 men all lost at sea, all of them drunk except for me.
I am a big Garfield the Cat fan. I've collected many books and DVDs over the years, and today gives me the perfect reason to discuss his bizarre Halloween TV special from 1985. The special starts with Garfield being woken up by Binky the Clown on TV, learning it's Halloween, and then the thought of all that
Candy, 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 candy
makes him start dancing as the title sequence plays out. This TV special feels like your normal average everyday Garfield episode, however for some reason they decided it should be a musical. Sorta. There's only 2 songs Garfield sings in this half-hour special, and then there's just 2 regular songs that play in 2 sequences.
What could I be? What should I be? I could be a scary vampire.
What is it with studios trying to turn every animated property into a musical? It did not work with Tom and Jerry, and, well, I wouldn't say it doesn't work here. The songs are actually pretty good, it just feels a little out of sorts for Garfield. After he's had breakfast, Garfield comes to the realization that if he takes Odie trick-or-treating, he will get twice the amount of candy. You know, taking all of Odie's afterwards. They head into the attic, and this is the start of the first song where they put together their costumes. Shortly after which, they head out into the night where Garfield sings his second song. This one's actually pretty dang catchy too.
60 men all lost at sea, all of them drunk except for me. 'Twas I who had to face the storm with nothing in sight to keep me warm.
After a moment where Odie gets spooked, there is another song. Now I don't count this as another Garfield song as it's not sung in his voice, although it is still about him and from his perspective. We get a spooky little sequence of them meeting some real monsters before jumping back to the plot. You could argue this segment here was just for filler, but it's still fun.
I may be sassy, yes, and all of that, but the one thing I'm not, yeah, the one thing I'm not, I say the one thing I'm not is a scaredy.
Then after that, we don't get another song for the rest of the special, like we're 12 minutes through and the songs just stop. I'm not complaining, mind you, I just find it bizarre. Like the first half is a musical and then the second half starts to feel more like a horror movie. You know, a G-rated one anyway.
Methinks your be a mite stingy with your candy, miss. If you don't reconsider your contribution, I'll give your living room drapes a taste of me broadsword. Thank you.
As they finish up the trick-or-treating, Garfield gets the idea to cross the river and go trick-or-treating at all the houses on the other side.
Put out the oars. I'd make 'em walk the plank if I had one.
Unfortunately, they end up getting washed down the stream and eventually land at an old, spooky, abandoned-looking house. They notice a fire inside, so they decide to head on in. Things then take a creepy turn as the house owner warns Garfield and Odie of the pirate ghosts who will be returning for their long-lost treasure and will destroy anyone that gets in their way. The man then steals their boat and abandons them on the island.
My boat's gone. My candy's gone. Dead pirates are coming any minute. It's past my bedtime. I want to go home.
The ghost pirates arrive while Garfield and Odie are hiding, and I mean, they're not really that scary, they're just sort of transparent skeletons. But the combination of the music with this ghostly animation style does give off a bit of a horror-like vibe. Unlike other kids' Halloween specials of the time, or even some of the ones today, they actually wanted to try and make their ghosts to be a bit scary, or at the very least eerie. The story now raising the stakes a bit. Garfield and Odie are forced off the island. Garfield almost drowns. However, Odie saves them and they are able to make it back home and put all this ghost stuff behind them.
Seeing as how you saved my life about 18 zillion times tonight, I want to give you something. Here's your half of the candy. Yeah, I love you. Now get out of here.
This was a very interesting time for Garfield, as this was only the beginning of his animation career, and the Jim Davies crew seemed to be very experimental with what a Garfield animation would be like. They did some sad stories and then some spooky ones before eventually settling on more sitcom-style slice-of-life adventures. However, this experimentation is what makes these specials really fun to revisit, especially considering they can't do some of the things they used to do in kids' TV nowadays. Some of these episodes also felt like they were more aimed at adults anyway. That brings us to the end of this video. Happy Halloween to everyone who celebrates it. This is one of my favourite Halloween or spooky horror inspired cartoons, probably because it isn't really that scary. However, I will be continuing my journey of revisiting classic Garfield TV specials, and if you don't want to miss that, you can click on that subscribe button just over there. You can also click on that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and let me know your thoughts on this Halloween special in the comments below. I'll catch you next time. Stay safe everyone. I am out of here.